Hello everyone, welcome to Think Academy. The spring term is coming, so from this term we will do a preview before each lesson together. And in this week, let's talk about lesson 1, the area of shapes. So if we look back, what we have learned before? We have learned the perimeter of the rectangle and the square, right? And in this lesson, we will talk about the area of shapes. And if we look ahead, in the future, we will talk about the area of composite shapes. So today, let's look at the let's get ready together. So for the question 1, below are a square and a rectangle. The perimeter of the square is how many centimeters, and how long is the centimeter of the rectangle? So if we analyze some key information in this question, we will find one key word is the perimeter. Right? We want to find out the perimeter of the rectangle and the square. And think about what's the meaning of the perimeter. Can you remember that? The perimeter means the total length of the outline of the shape. It means for this rectangle, the perimeter will be this line plus this line plus this line plus this line. So basically, for the perimeter of one shape, we need to add all the lines together to find out the total length of that. Okay, so now let's look at the rectangle. For this rectangle, what's the property of the rectangle? Both the opposite side will share the same length, right? It means if this side is 8 centimeters and we call the longer side the length. If this side is 8 centimeters, then the opposite side, this side, will be 8 centimeters as well. And it's also the length. And then for this side, it's 4 centimeters. And we know the opposite side will share the same length. It means this side will be 4 centimeters as well. And we call the shorter side the width. And think about the meaning of the perimeter. If we want to calculate the perimeter of the rectangle, we can have 2 lots of length and 2 lots of width. So for the formula of the perimeter of the rectangle, we can write down like this. Step 1. Let's think about the formula of the rectangle, the perimeter of the rectangle. We can have 2 lots of length, 2 times the length. I will use L to represent the length, okay? And 2 times the width, because we have 2 lots of width here. So we can add 2 times the width. And in this question, what's the known information? We know the length and the width separately. Then we can go to the step 2. We can put the numbers in this formula. And the perimeter will equal 2 times 8 plus 2 times 4. And then we can go to step 3. We can calculate. The perimeter of the rectangle will be 2 times 8 is 16 plus 2 times 4 is 8. And it will equal 24 centimeters. Does it make sense? And then let's go to, we can fill in the blank. So the perimeter of the rectangle is 24 centimeters. And then let's go to the square. For the square, what's the property of the square? We know all the 4 sides will share the same length, right? So if we want to calculate the perimeter of the square, it means we will have 4 lots of equal sides. So for the formula of the perimeter of the square, it will be 4 lots of the same side. So we can use 4 times the length. I will use L to represent the length. Okay? And we can go to step 2. For this square, in this question, the known information is each length is 4 centimeters. So we can put the 4 in the formula. It will be 4 times 4. And then we can go to step 3 to calculate. 4 times 4 is very easy for you, right? It's 16 centimeters. So the perimeter of the square is 16 centimeters. Does it make sense? So there are 3 steps. Step 1, write down the formula. And step 2, put the numbers in the formula. And then step 3, we can do the calculation. Okay? Keep that in mind. Let's go to the second question. The perimeter of the square is 20 centimeters, and we want to figure out the length of the square. So let's draw a square here firstly. Okay, and in this question, if we want to analyze the key information, it will be the perimeter and the 20 centimeters. So we will use the formula of the perimeter of the square and think about what's the formula of the perimeter of the square. Sorry, just a second. So step 1, write down the formula. In the square, we have 4 equal sides, so the perimeter will be 4 times the length. And then step 2, we can put the known information in the formula. In this question, we know the perimeter, so we can use 20 to represent the perimeter. So it will be 4 times the length. It will equal 20 centimeters. And then we can go to step 3, do the calculation. So 4 times a number will equal 20. So what's the number? It will equal 20 divided by 4. So it will be 5 centimeters. So we can solve it out. The length of the square is 5 centimeters. Does it make sense? So if we are facing a question, think about the formula of the key information, the perimeter, and then put the known information, the number, in the formula, and then we can do the calculation. Okay? And then let's go to the third question. The perimeter of a rectangle is 20 centimeters. The first question, given that the length of the rectangle is 7 centimeters, then how long is the width? So here, let's draw a rectangle together. And still in this question, if we want to analyze the key information, it will be the perimeter and the 20 centimeters. And for the first question, we know the length of the rectangle is 7 centimeters. So now we can mark the 7 in the rectangle. And we will call the longer side the length. So here is the 7 centimeters. And think about the perimeter of the rectangle. What's the formula? The formula will be 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And then in this question, we can put the known number, the known information in the formula. So let's go to the step 2. 20, the perimeter, the total length, equal 2 times the 7 plus 2 times the width. And then we can go to the step 3. We can do the calculation. So 14 plus 2 times the width is 20. Then 14 plus one number will equal 20. So what's this number? So 2 times the width will be 6. So the width will be 3. Then we can solve it out. The width is 3 centimeters. Okay? And then let's think about the second question. Given that the width of the rectangle is 4 centimeters, then how long is the length? And we can still use the formula of the perimeter of the rectangle. And we will draw a new rectangle because for this time, we know the different information of that. Okay, just a second. Okay, it's a little ugly. Let's draw it again. Okay, and for the second question, the known information is the width is 4 centimeters. So we can mark 4 here. And then think about the formula of the perimeter of the rectangle is still the 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And we know the width is 4 centimeters and also the perimeter of the rectangle is 20 centimeters. So step 2, we can put the numbers in. So 2 times 20 will equal 2 times the length plus 2 times 4 because we know the width is 4. And then we can go to step 3. 2 times the length plus 8 will equal 20. So which number plus 8 will equal 20? This number 2 times the length will be 12. And then we can calculate the length will be 12 divided by 2 is 6 centimeters. So the length will be 6 centimeters. Does it make sense? So for this, let's get ready. Please remember the perimeter. The meaning of the perimeter is the total length of the outline of the shape. And also, we have learned the formula of the perimeter of the rectangle and the square. And when we solve this question, this kind of question, there are 3 steps. We can write down the formula for the first step and then put the known information, the numbers, in the formula. That's the step 2. And then step 3, calculation. Okay? So hope we can have a more interesting journey during the class.